It don't matter who win. It don't matter who you vote for. So go vote. Go vote. Vote for who you want. Vote your heart. Vote your conscience. Vote your mind. It don't matter who you Negroes vote for. Kamala or Donald. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are going to do the same thing for black people, and that is nothing. Now, as far as you voting, I've never told a single Negro not to vote. I've never told you not to vote, just like I've never told you not to go to church. I've never told you not to vote, just like I've never told you not to go to church. I've never told you not to vote, just like I've never told you not to go to church. What I told you is your vote will never matter to the black community until it is organized. I don't care if Donald Trump win. I don't care if Kamala Harris win. The results for you will be exactly the same. I don't care if Donald Trump win. I don't care if Kamala Harris win. The same governmental agenda against the black community will be carried out irrespective of whether the White House is painted blue or the White House is painted red. It doesn't matter if the White House is painted blue or if the White House is painted red. They're going to do the same thing to us regardless of who the president is. They did the same thing to us under Barack Obama that they did to us under George Bush. They did the same thing to us under Barack Obama as they did to us under George Bush. They did the same thing to us under Lyndon Baines Johnson as they did under Richard Nixon. They did the same thing to us under Joe Biden as they did to Donald Trump. I don't care who wins the White House, black people will lose. Let me say it again. Let me say it so you can understand, overstand, and understand. Let me say it so you can understand, overstand, and understand. It don't matter who wins. It don't matter who you vote for. So go vote. Go vote. Vote for who you want. Vote your heart. Vote your conscience. Vote your mind. It don't matter who you Negroes vote for. Kamala or Donald. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are going to do the same thing for black people, and that is nothing. Nothing at all. The Republicans and the Democrats have the same agenda for black America. The only difference is the tactic. Republicans are honest, Democrats practice deception. Republicans are honest, Democrats practice deception. Republicans are honest, and Democrats practice deception. That's right. Same agenda. It don't matter who wins. Do you remember Kamala Harris tweeting out a picture about supporting minority businesses? In the picture had about a dozen minorities and not a single black person. Who remembers the infamous Kamala Harris minority small business tweet? Who remembers that tweet? I'm going to post it so my Democratic Party plantation slaves don't forget. Does anybody remember Vice President Kamala Harris tweeting out a picture of minorities who own businesses, saying her and President Biden support minority businesses, and she didn't have a single black person in the picture? Who remembers that? Who remembers the infamous Kamala Harris tweet? A whole bunch of minorities, not a single black person. I'm going to tell y'all what she's going to do. She's going to bring back diversity, equity, and inclusion. Kamala Harris is going to bring back diversity, equity, and inclusion. But guess what? You will still be excluded because you don't understand how diversity, equity, and inclusion goes. She's going to include the East Indians, her family and race. Kamala Harris is going to take care of the East Indians, her family and race. Kamala Harris is an East Indian presidential candidate. She's going to take care of the East Indians. She's going to take care of the Asians, the Chinese. She's going to take care of the Latinos, the Native Americans, the immigrants, the rainbow gangers, the feminists. Guess who's going to be left out? Guess who's going to be left out of diversity, equity, and inclusion? Guess who's going to be left out? The black folks. She's going to have one token Negro on her presidential cabinet. She's going to have one token Negro who's probably going to be mixed race. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. She's going to have a token Negro. Everybody else is going to be people of color, but only one black person. In other words, you will be a minority amongst the minorities. You will be a minority amongst the minorities. You will be a minority amongst the minority. Oh, yes. She's the diversity, education, and inclusion president. She's the diversity, education, and inclusion president. And guess what? She's going to include every color except yours. Remember what she said in that interview? We can't do stuff just for black people. We can't do stuff just for black people. But you did stuff just for homosexuals. You did stuff just for Asians. You did stuff just for Native Americans. You did stuff just for transgenders. You did stuff just for immigrants. Look what y'all doing for the migrants. Look what y'all doing for the migrants. They getting child care. They getting free housing. They getting work permits. They're going to have voting rights. Look what y'all doing for the migrants, and they are not even American citizens. And you know what? I ain't heard a Democratic Party plantation Negro ask Kamala Harris what she's going to do about the migrant crisis. I ain't heard Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Benjamin Ben Crump. I ain't heard the Kappas, the Alphas, the Sigmas, the Qs. I ain't heard the Zetas, the AKAs, the SG Rows, or the Deltas, the Iotas. I ain't heard the Congressional Black Caucus, the Urban League, the NAACP. I ain't heard not near a black bourgeoisie ask Kamala Harris, what is she going to do about the migrant crisis that's purging New York and Chicago of black people? Guess what? We're going to get more migrant crises under Kamala Harris. How much y'all want to bet? How much y'all want to bet? There's going to be a crisis in India. Who wants to bet me some money right now? Who wants to bet me some money right now? There's going to be a crisis in East India, and Kamala Harris is going to bring 1 million East Indians to America to purge out the black cities. Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me though. You have a white man running against an East Indian woman. You have a Caucasian racist running against an East Indian racist. That's what you have. That's what you have. Now, some of y'all say, wait a minute, Dr. Umar. Wait a minute, Dr. Umar. I thought you said mixed race Africans are African. Yes. But they must be biologically and psychologically African.